Stinkhorn mushrooms grow so quickly you can actually hear them growing. Stinkhorns get their name because they stink, and they emit several different chemicals that make them smell like rotting flesh. That smell attracts insects, and this is the only mushroom class that does it. Most mushrooms just explode spores into the atmosphere, but these guys want their spores eaten by flies and other insects. The flies and insects become walking seed pods, and that's how they disperse. They've been doing it for millions of years, starting in the tropics before they got really good at it, and eventually spread to the temperate zones. Now they're a global phenomenon on every continent. They grow about 5 millimeters in a minute, and they'll grow between 4 and 12 inches in just a couple of hours. And that's because they don't actually grow per se above ground as much as they just explode above ground. They actually grow in an egg-shaped polyp, and when they're ready and fully formed, they just expand and start absorbing water. That causes them to expand rapidly, so when they come out of the ground, they're already fully formed and just absorbing water like a sponge, taking their shape. They're kind of like those toy dinosaur sponges that you drop in a glass of water and it expands into a dinosaur shape in front of your eyes. The eggs are edible and taste like water chestnuts or radish all the way up until it hatches. Once it hatches, it stinks too badly to eat. They're invasive all over the world because they travel around and get into your garden through mulch, or your neighbor brings them through their mulch, or the city brings them through their mulch, and that the city drops in the community, and the eggs are a likely candidate for spreading the spores of these things. Their family name is Phallaceae, which basically means phallus because of their shape. This is what Darwin's daughter was offended by. Henrietta Darwin was so offended by the phallic nature of these things that she had a special outfit she would put on to go hunting these things in the woods. She would bring them back to her chamber, lock the door, and destroy them. She would throw them into the fire to protect the sensibilities of her handmaiden so they wouldn't be exposed to the phallic nature of this mushroom. I mean, did she go around destroying cucumbers? I mean, there's lots of other garden plants that are just as offensive to the sensibilities of a young handmaiden. I can't imagine being so offended by a mushroom that you just hunt them and kill them. The invasive nature of stinkhorns is actually not destructive of the local environment. It doesn't compete with local organisms for food and resources, and it doesn't wreak havoc or cause anything in the environment to be an issue other than it stinks. Because it stinks, humans consider it an issue. Once it gets into your garden, you're going outside to have a nice, pleasant afternoon, and here's this stinky thing smelling up the place. So it's an invasive species, but it's not a threat to the environment. It's a threat to our fragile sensibilities, the ones that make us want to go put on a special suit, go hunt them out, and throw them into the fire to protect the innocent.